A nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
60 outlaw.
On first down, Stewart. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Stephon Tuitt able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's into the clear. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 79 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. They erased that deficit pretty quickly, did they not? A 2-play drive.
What do we call that? Short-lived?
Very.
Very short-lived. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone and back out in front. We always talk about drives, don't we? Does 2 plays count as a drive?
Not really, but that second play was so good. I don't care what we call it. It was enjoyable to watch. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense back onto the field. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 44 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great. Let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Roethlisberger setting up the screen. This is Samuels. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Jalen Samuels, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys have now moved out in front. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
The point after is good, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. That drive started on their own 25, 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Back to throw. Stewart. He's going to loft one. Deep left side here. This is caught at the 20. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now Stewart from the gun, he'll throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Looking to throw. Stewart. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL.
Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my Apple up in the booth. Hang on here. Let me spit this out. And we can get to the third quarter now. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Catch made, it's Moreau. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger complete to Washington. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there on a 1st down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Here we go. Black 20.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
On second down, Connor looking for space. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
The run hasn't worked the last couple of plays. Now it's 3rd and 14. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Complete. It's Johnson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
180. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, team.
On second down, Samuels. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll make it third down.
Go now. 10-2 stop. Go. Go. Check 3. Go.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure it out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. 12 yards that time, but a Pittsburgh first.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll run on 1st down. Connor. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
From the 31, Roethlisberger throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
To throw here, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now Roethlisberger. Washington's got it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Ben to throw again. Open man, Smith-Schuster. It's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 42. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster. His 2nd touchdown of the game. His 3rd on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive. And find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. We see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed a big hit for a loss. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stewart. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DJ Chark, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Carlson on for the PAT.
Brandon, is there any way you and I can join this quarterback in the zone he's in? He's absolutely feeling it. Touchdown after touchdown, throwing the ball.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Connor. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 32-yard line.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Katie! Check 55, come on! Rap. Under 10, under 10.
On first down, it's Connor. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. He will push his way down to about the 14. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
Well, and a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So the Raiders now down by 5, 55 seconds remaining. They need a touchdown. A field goal is worthless now as they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play.
70, English. Alert.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Get 5.
He's back to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. There he goes left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DJ Chark with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie. Because usually your rookie season, is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for two. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking two plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down, Steelers.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D.
Now it's Roethlisberger. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still... You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Oakland, they continue to put themselves in position for a first-round bye as they move to 8-2. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Miami next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew,